It is 6:15. We have a quorum of the board present. I will call this meeting to order. If everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Catherine Solem. Here. Angie Schreiber. J.D. Schrader. Dr. Bardo.
Here.
Bobby Braun.
Here.
Jill Maddock Nelson.
Here.
Kristen Matt Miller.
Here.
Scott Peterson.
Here.
And Danny Pyatt.
Here. Number 2, citizens and delegations. Letter A, student representatives report. Luke, you are on.
I don't have anything written down because Miss Braun is, or Miss Bordeman is not here, but I'll tell you what's going on. They're starting to crack down on the bathroom situation with kids just going in and using it for purposes that are not bathroom breaks, and it's going very well. Basketball for boys and girls started. The girls have already played a tournament. Other winter sports are on their way heading this week. It's doing very well for wrestling, basketball. Everything's going pretty well at the school so far, and it feels great. It feels like we're turning the corner finally, and feels like we're heading in the right direction. Fine. Good. Yeah.
Good. Anybody have any questions for Luke? Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Letter B, recognition. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Wojcinski.
First, we would like to recognize some teachers from our middle school. I would like to call down Julie Dobrinska, Amelia Lang, Ashley Darr, Sarah Fleischman, and Michelle Zaromsky. These staff members are being recognized because they created progress reports to help guide parent-teacher conference conversations at the middle school. Mrs. McCann and Mr. Mock are very proud of the time and effort that they spent to communicate how our students are performing in the 4th grade at the middle school. 4th grade is a pivotal year in our district. The move from 3rd to 4th grade is not only a grade level move, but also a building move that acclimates to many transitions throughout the day. Our 4th grade team takes pride in ensuring the transition is as smooth as possible for the students and families. Thank you to all of our 4th grade staff at Antigo Middle School. Thank you, ladies. Up next, we would like to recognize some students from the middle school for their participation in the Veterans Day program. First, we would like to recognize Nolan Foley. He played taps for the assembly. Nolan, please come forward. Next, we would like to recognize Brielle Schrader. She read the Veterans poem. She is one of our 7th grade students. Next, we would like to recognize Macy Dewan. She read a veterans poem also, and she is a 7th grade student. She may not be here tonight. And next, we would like to recognize Rudy Hangardner. He read the Pledge of Allegiance for everyone in attendance at the program. Is Rudy here? No. Nope? Okay. So we also have some additional students. We would like to recognize Gabby Harden. She helped to create the programs that were handed out for the Veterans Assembly. Madeline Weber-Paul and Angelica Hankey. All of these 3 young people are 5th grade students. As soon as everyone has your certificate, Miss Deanna will take your photo. Thank you to our Antigo Middle School students. We would also like to recognize our guest speakers for the Veterans Program at the Antigo Middle School. We had John Zinkovich, who was the guest speaker for the AMS Veterans Day program. He wasn't able to be with us tonight, but we also would like to recognize Mr. Tom Matiszewski. He read the Marine Corps message, which also happened to be on the Marine Corps birthday at that very day. Please come forward, Mr. Matiszewski, and thank you for your service. Thank you. We would also like to recognize Miss Tammy Molina. She goes above and beyond to help our students that are in band. She dedicates countless hours with whole group, small group, and one-to-one lessons, not only for our middle school students, but also for Peace Lutheran students. This event, this was evident at Monday's Veteran Assembly program, and Miss Molina was not able to be with us tonight, so a special thank you to Miss Tammy Molina as well. And I am sure most of you have other things you would like to be doing at home. You are free to go unless you would like to join us for the rest of probably one of our most brief board meetings. We do encourage you to stay. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, guys.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to play the trumpet. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Great
Thanks, ladies. Thanks.
job. Okay.
Thank you all. Thanks. Thank you.
The breed.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you one anyway. You showed up.
Okay, we will move to,
Mr. Mack.
thank you, Mr. Mott, for that great day. Move to item C, public comment. Do we have anybody that signed up?
Good job.
No?
You're appreciated.
Number 3, consent agenda. Approval of agenda, minutes, financial reports, request for overnight travel, report of district new hires, district retirement, and resignation report. I will be looking for a motion, please.
I move the board approve the agenda, minutes from the October 21, 2024 Board of Education meeting, minutes from the November 1, 2024 special Board of Education minutes, request for overnight travel, district retirement and resignation report, report of district new hires, financial reports for November 2024, consideration of current bills, checks number 8421 through 8491 in the amount of $388,840.44. ACH is number 242500402 through 242500553 in the amount of $1,546,233.75, and wire transfers in the amount of $181,412.58 for a total of $2,116,486.60.
Motion has been made by Jill. Would you like to speak to your motion?
No, thank you.
Okay. Questions or comments of the motion on the floor?
I need to abstain from check number 242500402 and 242500508.
I also need to recuse myself from the ACHs of 242500419 and 242500540. I'll give you those numbers if you missed them later.
I got
Got them? Any other questions, comments?
I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
As long as we're looking at minutes, I just want to recognize the outstanding job on the minutes. They're very professional, very accurate. I appreciate that very much. Good job.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Hearing no questions or comments, we will have a roll call vote, please.
Dave Bardo,
Yes.
Bobby Braun,
Yes.
Jill Maddick Nelson,
Yes.
Kristen Matt Miller,
Yes.
Scott Peterson,
Yes.
Catherine Solon,
Yes.
Angie Schreiber, J.D. Schrader, Danny Pyatt.
Yes. And the motion carries. Number 4, administration reports. I will turn this portion over to Mrs. Oginski, our district superintendent.
So item A is the Director of Business Services report that is attached. Are there any questions? Item B is the Director of Pupil Services and Special Education. The report is attached. Are there any questions? Item C is the Director of Buildings and Grounds. The report is attached. Are there any questions?
I don't have a question. I would just like to echo and comment on the director's report in thanking our community for their support in the referendum and the successful pass of our referendum. Thank you very, very much. We're very excited for what the future holds with that. And so on behalf of the board, we echo that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jill, for saying that, and I think the board echoes what you have just said. Thanks.
Item E, Director of Curriculum and Instruction. The report is attached. Are there questions? And then item F is the Superintendent report. So the first item on my report tonight is a special thank you to our Antigo community for supporting the recent capital referendum. Dear community members, on behalf of the Unified School District of Antigo, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude for your support in passing the capital referendum. Your vote is a powerful affirmation of your belief in the importance of quality education and your commitment to the future of our students and schools. This investment will make a lasting impact, allowing us to improve facilities, enhance learning environments, and ensure that our schools remain a source of pride and opportunity for all. Thank you for coming together to make a difference for our students, staff, and community. We are excited to move forward with these critical improvements, and we will keep you updated every step of the way. Respectfully, the Unified School District of Antigo District Administration and Board of Education. I don't think there are enough thank yous to be said to our community for putting your faith and trust in us by passing the capital referendum. So again, thank you. And thank you to all of our board as well for your help in getting that work done.
Linda, can I make a comment?
Yes.
That would be a fantastic radio piece.
Oh, that's a
Or
good
tomorrow.
idea. Love that.
I mean,
Tomorrow morning.
I want to shorten it up just a little bit, but
We
Oh,
already
for a
have one paid
commercial.
for.
A
Yeah.
commercial on the radio.
yes, we should have a public thank you.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that. Yep.
You're welcome.
Okay, and the next item on my superintendent report, as most of you are aware, we have an administrator and a coordinator position that is vacant. In the interim, Ms. Stutzriem and I are filling in as building principals, and Mrs. Fossbender is filling in as the HR coordinator. Both positions are posted, and we have applicants that we will be interviewing in the near future. So that is just an update or as an FYI. Also, another item of importance, tomorrow our school and district report cards will be released publicly. We will be looking to hold a special board meeting that will be to present and answer questions around our district and school report cards. The following dates are being considered. That would be Tuesday, December the 3rd, or Thursday, December the 5th. I would like to know, if possible tonight, which of those two dates works for the majority of the board. The meeting would begin at 6:15 if need be, and it would also be recorded just as any other board meeting, so it would be available to our community. I would be looking to have this meeting around data be a little more casual, where board members would be sitting in the audience so that you could see the screen and see the presentation and be able to ask questions of administration and have free-flowing dialogue, so there's a clear understanding of the current situation for our district. So if you could let me know December 3rd or December 5th, which of those two dates work best for you, I would like to get that scheduled as soon as possible.
If all of you could check your schedules and send Mrs. Ojenski a text tonight or an email tonight, just to let her know, so we can get that on the calendar, that would be great.
Yep.
Either for me, doesn't
Yep. Or even if you can let me know as you leave tonight even, that would be great. Yep, so we can get it posted.
matter. Glenda, either for me.
Okay, good,
I
thank you.
cannot do the 3rd,
You can't do the 3rd,
correct?
Catherine?
Either one.
I can't do the 5th.
5th, okay. Either one?
I can't do the 3rd and the 5th.
You can't do either.
I'm in Colorado grandparenting.
Oh.
I understand.
Either.
What about you? Either? Okay, Kristen can't do the 5th. Jill can't do the 3rd. And Dr. Bardo can't do either. Everyone else is good? Either way? Do Jill or Kristen, do either of you have a preference of who watches it recorded?
I don't have a preference. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
To the mat after the meeting?
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it after the meeting. So an update on the progress regarding the referendum. As soon as the vote was final the following day, I called and scheduled a meeting with Mr. Ometz from the Blue Design Group. And Ms. Stutzriem and Mr. Leiterman and I met with him, and we started working on sketching out some floor plans for the school. Of course, we're just in the very initial stages. There's just a bunch of ideas floating around. Once those plans are complete, they'll be shared with the community, and we will continue to update the community every step of the way on the new build, as well as the critical maintenance upgrades at the middle and high school. And there will be opportunity for staff. They will be involved with giving feedback and input on the layout. There will hopefully be a couple of options to be presented to staff to get their input around. And then I do know for a fact when it comes time to look at individual classrooms, they will be talking about where cabinetry and items will be placed within their classrooms. So they'll be given scale models to move around and shift and look at the layouts, and they'll make those decisions as a grade level team. So it will be very interactive, which I'm excited about. Another item that we need to agendize in the future is determining how we're going to, or how the board wants to go about the process of deciding what's going to happen to the existing elementaries. So whether that's going to be an additional task force or if it's going to be a community survey, that's just something that you need to be thinking of, because we need to be talking in the relative near future, even though we have another year in the building, time's going to slip up on us quickly. So we need to be thinking about that. Breakfast Club, I'm sorry.
I'm just going to comment on that to say there was a lot of questions during the referendum campaign of what to do with the elementary buildings. Feedback I got in general, I'm just sharing this, was primarily not wanting the district to hold on to the buildings. And I was just very open and clear that we don't have a plan for them. It will likely include some community feedback. So the short end of this is simply that I appreciate that you're noting it and discussing it, because it was probably one of the #1 questions I was asked.
I agree, Jill, that we were asked that most every time, what we were going to do with the buildings. So just be thinking about it. We need to put it on an agenda somewhere in the near future.
I already had a builder in the community come up to me since we've had this passed and stated that they would like to buy one of the buildings so that they could store items that they have, that they struggle keeping, so that they would like to buy a building, put in a huge door for backing in trucks, to then use one of those 3 buildings as a storage area for their building. So we at least have one person in the community who wants to buy one of the schools.
There's more than one.
I'm sure. And that's a good thing,
Yeah.
rather than giving away things for $1.
See what our plans are.
Yep.
Do we have any idea what they might be worth?
I think that's something that you all as a board will have to do. Is it worth investing, time and money into getting an appraisal to get some sort of an idea? I guess that really all depends on what it is that you come to the conclusion of what you're going to do with them in the end. And maybe that may be determined by community input as well. They may help with that. But that's a good question. Other questions around that? Okay, quickly, tomorrow we have the Breakfast Club. We have kind of put that on the back burner because of all of the referendum presentations. Tomorrow morning, Scott is able to get us on air at 7:30. Danny is unable to make it with me to be on the radio, so I'm opening it up if anyone would like to join me at the radio station. Before 7:30 to go on air, I open it up to anyone. If not, I can go alone.
I'm in Wausau tomorrow.
I just don't know if I have enough time to coordinate some things in the morning.
7:30, Scott? 7:30? Be there by 7:25? Okay, I think Scott's the taker. Winner, winner.
No chicken.
And then lastly, Friday, November 15th, we had a professional development day for all staff. Many of our staff supported Skills USA at the high school again this year. The elementary had a math resource training for their next pilot. 4K began the work with Cox Campus to support foundational literacy skills as required by Act 20. It was a very busy and successful day in the Unified School District of Antigo, and a special thanks to all who supported Skills USA and our CTE team for organizing the event. Once again, I was able to make it up there for just a brief moment. We had a grandson that actually participated. I rounded the corner and ran into a staff member, and he said, "Are you looking for someone who might be a family member?" I said, "Well, I sure am. Did you see him?" So he was over the moon about what a great opportunity it was, and they're coming from a different school district, and once again, it was a very successful, glowing moment for the Antigo School District. So thank you to Mr. Parizek and the CTE team.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike, for all of your hard work. I know that was no small feat to pull off. Thank you. Any other questions for Mrs. Wojcinski for her report?
Just a reminder that the CTE open house is December 10th.
Yes, very good.
And there is a buzz in town with all of that going on. There's people talking about the insulated cups and the type of those maps and the fire rings. everything that you're doing. So I have had numerous people tell me about this. I'm like, I know they're good.
That's good. Money makers.
But it's good to hear positive stories out in the community. You know, really.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, item number 5, board action, letter A, report of donations. I will be looking for a motion.
I move the board approve the following donations: 500 from Hydrotype for fill a backpack donation, for fill a backpack donation, $25,000 from Vanguard Charitable for Red Robin machining, $21,687.50 from Donwords for Red Robin machining, 500 from Covantage Credit Union for German Club, and 500 from William and Beth Bocas for School Forest.
Motion has been made by Jill. Would you like to speak to your motion?
As always, on behalf of the board, thank you to our generous donors for their considerable financial donations to our district and our programs.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments? Hearing no questions or comments, we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Kristen Matt Miller,
Yes.
Scott Peterson,
Yes.
Catherine Solom,
Yes.
Angie Schreiber, J.D. Schrader, Dr. Bardo,
Yes.
Bobby Brown,
Yes.
Jill Maddick Nelson,
Yes.
and Danny Pyatt.
Yes, and the motion carries. Okay, at 6:41, I will be entertaining a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion has been made by Jill. All in favor of adjourning, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. And if anybody's in opposition, you can turn the lights off. This meeting is now adjourned.